Hi, everyone. This is David Sanchez with Citrus Park Realty Group at eXp Realty from Tampa Bay. I have 4 items today that I want to share with you. Number one, so for the month of January, we saw 11 listings come up for sale in the Citrus Park area. One of those homes is still listed as active for sale. Seven of them went under contract, and then we had 3 that sold. The average days on the market was right around 2 days before going under contract, with the list to sell price ratio right around 96%, and a sale price of $463,333 was the average sales price for the area. Of those 11 homes, they ranged anywhere from 966 square feet up to 3,887 square feet. The lowest price was at 290,000, and then all the way up to 975,000. So we do have a variety of homes in the Citrus Park area, and now with this report doesn't include condominiums or townhomes, which we do have, but it's just in smaller numbers. Item number 2, Showtime. Many of you probably have not even heard about this, but recently was acquired by the Zillow Group. It actually tracks the showing requests by realtors in as a whole for the whole United States. But with this report, I pulled just for our region, which is the southern region, but we could compare it against the nationwide averages that are out there. But what it does show is there's a strong buyer presence and will continue even with the mortgage rates on the rise. The other great point that I'd like to see within this data is it does show the month to month from year over year. You can kind of see the seasonal trend. And typically that trend is right when school is about to start during the fall. So you can see the numbers of showings is staying up, but the numbers do drop down on this report from July till October. And then you start to see it pick back up after the month of October. And this is just actually kind of segues into a great interesting point is I get the question asked all the time from buyers and sellers, when is the right time? So obviously I'm going to say today is going to be the right time to make the move, but not everybody is ready, at that point. But again, when is the right time? It's whenever you're ready. I'm ready whenever you're ready. But what we continue to see is the market continues to see appreciation month after month. And for home buyers that are sitting on the sidelines, will have an increased likelihood of being priced out of the market, or having to buy a home that's further away from the suburbs, or even have to settle for a smaller home. Item number 3, Tampa Bay is a large area. We have St. Pete, we got Clearwater, Spring Hill, Dunedin, Brandon, Riverview, Ruskin, Apollo Beach, Largo. I mean, that's just to name a few of the cities that we have in the Tampa Bay area. I know I'm missing a bunch of others that are going to be up top: Wesley Chapel, Land Lakes, Lutz, a whole bunch of cities. But I get this question asked all the time regarding foreclosures in our marketplace. When is it going to crash? When is this bubble going to burst? But you can see clearly from this data, and this data actually comes from our local board. But what you can see is that foreclosure listings, we had 9 in the month of January. Short sale listings, we had 9 listings versus 3,483 listings in our area that was placed for the month of January. The numbers of cash buyers have increased by 40%. The average sales price increased by 25%. The amount of time of going under contract has decreased by 25%. Pending home sales has decreased by 7%. Active listings has decreased as a whole 29%. So you can see all these numbers and you're probably trying to figure out, like, what does that mean? Really a healthy, a balanced market would need to be close to 2 months of supply, inventory. And currently right now we're at 0.6. So with the margins being so low, so tight, there's just little inventory, high buyer demand. You see the large number of increase of cash buyers, where majority of them typically would see as finance buyers. So it continues to show a very strong demand for our area. Item number 4, the new market opportunity is the land grab. Buy land to hold or to improve and develop. This is the message that's being pushed by Keller Williams, CEO, or I guess I should say maybe former CEO. I think he stepped down. But he's pushing the message across their platform to all their agents at their conventions is to buy land. What we're seeing is with the data that we can see, that we could access as realtors, is that, to determine, okay, what is an acceptable price to buy a piece of land, whether it's a buy or to list. Most of the land, that can be purchased, I would probably recommend would be those outer areas that are outside the city. So that way you're not having to pay such a high premium. Recently, I sold 4 listings just in January and just recently this month. And of those 4 were all or below $15,000 for each piece of land. Now, will everyone find such a deal like that? Probably not. But the opportunity, if it presents itself, and I would always have some careful consideration, is that if you are going to buy land, I would always say buy land that's close to a developed road. You see other homes that are close by it. They have electric running to the homes. Maybe they're already connected to county utilities for water and sewer. If they're not, you're going to have to get a septic put in. Septic systems can probably cost maybe about $25,000. Probably maybe between $15,000 to $25,000, probably depending on the size of the home. But I would take those into consideration before you actually jump in and say, hey, I want to buy this piece of land. Because what happens if you buy it, right? There's no utilities around close to it. You want to sell it for profit, and somebody's going to come in and say, hey, I have to do all this to get the basic necessities for this house, because you got to be issued a certificate of occupancy by the local county inspectors. And that's going to be something that you want to do if you're going to develop that land and either put a single family house or if you're going to put multifamily on that property. So just think about that. But it is a great opportunity. There's properties that are out there that you can find for really great prices. If you have any questions, my contact information will be listed below. Please comment below on what you would like to see more or hear about in Tampa. I just want to say thank you again for watching our January 2022 recap. See you next time.